What does freedom mean? Freedom is the power or the right to act, to speak, to think as one wants, without hindrance or restraint. Freedom is the absence of subjugation to foreign domination or despotic government. Freedom is the state of not being imprisoned or enslaved. But the definition of freedom can change from person to person. For me, freedom is my right to vote, my right to drive a car, my right to a fair wage. It's my right to years in the education system, to write and to read, to advocate for the rights of others. To me, freedom is also the sound of my skate's blade cutting against the ice after the water has finally frozen over in the winter. It's rolling out dough and making gnocchi with my grandmother in the kitchen. It's taking the bus downtown to see a local band play in a small bar. To walk arm in arm with my friends down the street at midnight, laughing and talking and planning the year ahead. Freedom is my right to pack my bags and catch a flight somewhere far away for a week, a month, a year. While my basic human rights are the most pivotal to my existence, it's the smaller freedoms that make me feel the most alive, that make me feel the freest that I can be. That overwhelming peace of reaching a mountain peak after a long hike and leaping into waters an unimaginably pristine shade of blue, breathing in the thick, humid air of a tropical rainforest, closing your eyes and listening to a murmuration of birds flying overhead, walking along ancient cobblestone streets of a city while contemplating what life was like when each brick was laid down hundreds of years before, of a plane touching ground in a location that you have yet to explore, that instant when you realize that the adventure that is about to unfold will be just another one of the journeys that will irrevocably change your life for the better. These are the moments, the freedoms that I am longing to experience once again. And while the world has been placed on hold for the time being, it is a freedom that I am more than willing to give up for the sake of humankind, for global safety, for everyone's health. Sometimes we must consider how taking advantage of certain freedoms can hinder the freedoms of another. But this isn't to say that we can't use this time spent at home building the relationships that we have here, or planning for the trips that we will take when we return to a new normal. That isn't to say that we shouldn't be reflecting on our past explorations. Lately, I've been thinking a lot about Helsinki, the capital city of Finland, which I visited in January of 2019. This trip had meant a lot to me. Traveling to one of the top cities for quality of life and happiness, as you can imagine, will leave a lasting impact on a person. While I appreciated my freedoms prior to this, Helsinki inspired me to cherish them. Wow. As a result, you could say that it made me feel that I could authentically be the very best version of me. Still to this day, I talk about the kindness of the locals, about the easy access to nature, about the food and the architecture and the saunas, this idyllic life that seems to offer genuine happiness without the need to compromise anything. I find myself thinking about how I can adopt a more Finnish perspective to my life, striving to balance my career as a freelancer with my personal blogs, my travel, my creative writing, my friends, my family, my partner, to continue educating myself, be it through short courses or free podcasts intended for continued learning, to reconnect with nature, whether it's through a walk around my neighborhood or a drive up north to go kayaking for an afternoon. Isn't that all what we want to strive for? What we should all be working towards implementing in our own lives, regardless of where we live? The Helsinki freedom that resonates so profoundly in this city is not one that is exclusive to the Finnish. It is a sense of gratitude, of self-love, and celebration of life that each and every one of us can and should be striving towards to achieve for ourselves. We'll thank ourselves for it. So tell me, what does freedom mean to you?